Okay, I guess I should be live. Let me check and then we can start. Yes, on Twitter I am live. On YouTube I don't know. That's yes, okay. On YouTube also I am live. Let me just check once. Reset the timer. Timer is done. I have reset the timer now. Okay, so you know today's topic is Aave and exploring the data. Okay, we can ignore this. Let's say Aave exploring Aave data with no building exploring Aave protocol with Envio part 1. What are our today's goals? One is go through Aave Aave docs, understand basic actions that a user can take, learn more about liquidations. This this is the most this is the first action that going to we are going to fetch data for fetch data for okay. So first is go through docs. Let's go to our aave.com, I guess. Yes, that's aave.com documentation. I've been reading about this for last 2 days, so I already know what I am expecting, but I'm just gonna reiterate everything. We have a bunch of things here: introduction, overview, deny. Okay. Borrowers, so they do have their own SDKs and all, but we are more focused on the we are more focused on the other part, which is smart contract and the events from the smart contract, because that's more important to us. and then maybe we can cross check. Give me a second. Okay, so what we can do is we can start instead of going sorry instead of going through the docs, let's start with the GraphQL API. I haven't seen it, so this is my first time seeing this API. Yeah, GraphQL Playground. Okay, we don't have to. You can go to studio.apollographql.com/sandbox/explorer and we'll put. Okay, it's here. We have all these things. Now, if we say user borrows, so okay, let me show you. All these are queries that we have access to, and we can read about each by clicking on it and see like what arguments we need to pass and what types we can get back. We can focus on chains. Okay, chains. Chain ID, name, and let's try to run it. Okay, that's good. We are getting something. I want to pass this. ChatGPT. I'm going to ChatGPT. Okay, chain filter. Can we add testnet only? No. Oh, sorry. This is filter. Okay, how do we access chains filter dot? No. Okay, we can just pass this. That's good. We can find all the mainnet only. All the chains where Aave is deployed, which are may bunch of them. We just don't want Aptos. I know Aptos is Aave is deployed on Aptos, but we are not interested in that. Okay, now we know all the mainnet EVM mainnet chains that use EVM and have Aave deployed on it. Okay, that's good. We know how to use this. Let's see, liquidate, then can we say chain? No, go back. We need this. We have to pass all this. No, that. Oh, it's a liquidate query. It's a post. I don't know what it's called in the sorry in the GraphQL terms, but this is a post query. But we don't need this. We I wanted to see some kind of transaction list, but I don't see that here. So let's ma- let's maybe go back to the sorry yeah go back to the docs and read about the basic actions, and then we can come back here. Wow. uh, on Twitter there are multiple people watching this. I don't know why, but hi. Thanks for being here. I don't know. uh, if you're there, like, put hi in the chat or something. Who knows? My Twitter chat is not working, so even if you say hi there, like, I don't know if I'm gonna see that. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, this is my Twitter dashboard. You see this part. Anyway, ignore that. If you're still on Twitter watching, thanks for joining. And let's go back to our actions. Like, there are no, not FAQs. Get started. Resources. No. Let's open everything. Umbrella governance. Can we search here? Yes. Liquidate. Web3. No. Let's search for Oracle. Or maybe. No, not this. There is a better page to read all these things. Okay, liquidity pool guides. So we have, as this is a lending market, we have three actions we can take, which is supply, borrow. With supply, withdraw is there, but supply, withdraw, borrow, repay, and liquidate. The liquidate action is not here. But if you know any kind of lending protocol, or if you know basic loans, like the regular Web2 loans, uh, someone is funding your loan, like the bank is funding your loan. So that's the supply part. Then withdraw is, bank is not giving their money to you, right? Some depositor is taking that money, giving that money to bank, and bank is giving that to you, so that user can withdraw. It doesn't have effect on you that much, but yeah. Then borrow is the user. You might want to borrow to buy a car or buy a house, whatever the action you want to take. You are taking a loan, and there is some kind of uh, what do you say, interest on it. So you are paying like 6%, 7%, whatever the interest rate is. You are paying that. In traditional Web 2 world, you have under collateralized lending, where you can borrow more than the asset is worth or something like that. But on chain, yeah, there in the Web 2 world, even if the loan is under collateralized, you have the lender has power to get like your assets through codes and everything. So, so they don't go bust, the lenders. But in Web3 world on chain, as of right now, there is no way to like claw back your property to pay back the loan. So that's why on chain we have over collateralized lending, which is if you want to borrow $100, you have to pay $80. Sorry, you have to borrow $80. You have to pay $100. It doesn't make sense, but in some cases it does. Maybe you are farming for rewards, or you want to short an asset or something like that. That's the idea. But there are many more many more use cases of on-chain loans, where maybe you have ETH and you need USDC but don't want to sell your ETH. What you do is you put ETH in, get USDC out, buy, sell, like do whatever you want to do, and then give back the money. But your ETH, the actual asset that can go up and down, is there, and that way you don't have to sell it, but you can still use the money. Then repay is just, yeah, you are paying the loan amount back to lender with interest. That's the repay part. Then reserve is, I haven't read this. Reserve incentive is just incentives. Oracle, yeah. Now Oracle part is interesting because when you give like the ETH as a collateral for your loan, ETH price is going up and down, right? At some point, that ETH will get liquidated. So it might, if ETH goes down by 20%, 30%, whatever the protocol decides. But there is a number where your collateral will be liquidated to get back your loan amount. And that price of ETH, like how they can calculate that price where ETH, your collateral will be liquidated, is checked here, checked with the oracles. That's why Oracle is there. We have two types of Oracle used in Aave. Our main focus will be Chainlink price feed. That's what we want to like index for with our indexer. I'll tell you why we need to do that, but just keep that in mind. And now last part is just showing you liquidations, whereas yeah, pool liquidate. So liquidation call. We are going to start with indexing this particular events from this particular function. That's the idea. we can do much more, but I want to start with this and build on top of it. Now I know we are using Envio, but let's check quick node Aave guide or something like that. No, Aave liquidation tracker. Yes. Ignore all of this. We don't really need um, decline. We don't really need anything from here. We just want to learn all these. Learn from all this text, like what they're doing, how liquidation works, how they're indexing things. So you see, as a liquidation call was the function, right? Liquidation call. Inside liquidation call, an event called, again liquidation call is called emitted, and these are the parameters. You can read about these parameters and what they represent, and there are a bunch of features also. So let's go down. Ignore this. We don't need to do this with Envio. It's pretty straightforward. This is not useful for us. Whereas, yes. So I wanted to do all this with Aave, Aave, our Aave indexer, where we do like real-time notifications with Telegram bot or have a dashboard like this. Let's check. Okay, that's cool. They don't have an example deployed. Build something similar, and for all of this we need price data, which we are gonna get from Chainlink, and that's why we were reading the Oracle thing. Okay, let's see the next image. So you see all this collateral, this amount. No, okay. Let's go ahead and actually see one liquidation call and how that might work. Or we can go to pool contract. Let me find where smart contracts addresses, Ethereum v3, and then this one. This is the contract that we want to index. It's the proxy contract. Read, right, and we should see a liquidation call function here. You see, 14th. All things are here. Now close this, close this. Oh, and we need to open GitHub. Liquidation call. This is a function. As you can see, in the liquidation call, in the liquidation call, this function is calling liquidation logic dot execute liquidation call. So let's go for Let's see the imports. Liquidation logic, libraries, logic, and then liquidation logic. Now we need to find execute liquidation call, and find the emit. Okay, you see, this is the event that we want to index. We'll set up our hyperindex project afterwards. Right now, we just want to learn more about this event because that's more important um, if you want to work with hyperindex effectively. So first is collateral asset, address of asset being seized as a collateral, then debt asset, so you're providing this and getting this, the user in this case, address of asset that liquidator is repaying. So to liquidate a position, you need to pay some tokens to Aave protocol and you get the collateral back. Then user who you are liquidating, address of that person, then amount of debt being repaid during liquidation. So what I think is, I don't remember the details, but what they are doing is they are bringing the debt to particular LTV or collateralization factor. So when user takes a loan from Aave, if they put $100 of collateral, they can get only $80. So that's 80% of the value, right? But if collateral goes to 90, what happens? That 80% value is not there. It becomes, let me calculate how much is that. 80 divided by 90, it becomes 88%. So this is collateral debt $80 initial. Price goes down, collateral price goes down. Okay, we have to put this here and LTV, which we can put like debt divided by collateral as 80 divided by 100 equal to 0.8. Collateral value becomes 90. This is still 80. So LTV is 80 divided by 90 equal to 0.888 something. Now what we want to do, we need to bring this debt back to like 0.8 collateral. So let me show 90 into 0.8. So we need to bring this to 72. To bring this to 72, what we need to do is we need to liquidate $8 of debt. So 80 minus 72 is 8. So that way the collateral LTV is at particular point or particular number that we want. And that's, I think that's this part, the amount of debt being repaid during liquidation. Now, next is liquidated collateral amount of collateral being seized by liquidator. Okay, so as you are paying the debt, you get part of collateral. Then address, okay, and it says liquidator receives a token instead of collateral. Okay, I don't remember what a token is, but we can ignore this for now, I guess. Let's see what's a token. Liquidations. Receive collateral as a token. No, there is nothing here. Can we see something else? A token, the yield generating tokenized representation of supply used throughout the Aave protocol. They implement most of the standard EIP methods with slight modification as well as Aave specific methods like scaled balance of, get scaled user balance, and supply scale total supply. Okay, we might need to read about it. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, not useful. Current features are real time. We can do real time, it's not an issue. Detailed matrix, we can do that. Historical liquidation trends, we can do that. Serverless architecture, I don't know what that is. Or do we even need that? We don't actually. Asset distribution analysis, okay, that we can do. Maybe we should also read the comments here. Notice a function to liquidate position if its health factor drops below 1. The covers covers debt to cover amount of debt of the user getting liquidated and receives a proportional amount of collateral asset plus bonus to cover market risk. Okay, we know it emits liquidation call event and deficit created even if liquidation results in bad debt. Okay, not sure about this. Next, the state of all reserve assets. Okay, the states of the addresses of all active reserves. Okay, User configuration. Okay, this is not needed. By default, bad debt. Liquidate all debt. Liquidate all collateral. Leave the minimum leftover base of collateral and debt. If Control F, get price. Now price, do we have price oracle getter, which is interfaces, and then I price oracle getter, get asset price. Do we have that? Yes, we do have it. Let me see when it was modified. Okay, not. So we are getting both collateral asset price and debt asset price. Params what, where are we getting the parameters from? They are being passed. We need to go here. Execution, no. Liquidation call. No. Liquidation call parameters, and we are trying to find this, right? We pass the price oracle, then asset price. Okay, it's price oracle. Can we find an address for price oracle? Addresses. Okay, let's see the oracle at least. Aave oracle, not and what kind of methods it has. Does it emit any events? Yes, it does, but they are not regular. Okay, maybe we should set up the hyperindex so we have some kind of data like transaction hashes and all rest of those things. Let me hide this. Chrome Yes. No. Let me open this. Open folder, backpack, streams. Open. Next is new folder, Envio. Open folder, streams, Envio. Okay, now that's set up here. Go follow Envio docs to start your first start start the new Envio project. So it's like PNP PNPX Envio init. Specify folder. That folder name will be Aave. We are going to use TypeScript as EVM, contract import, block explorer, Ethereum, mainnet. Contract addresses we already, the pool address that we saw. Let's put that. Let's fetching the events. Now we only want liquidation call. Let's say I'm finished. Skip, I'll add later. Okay, let's open Aave. Open folder, Envio Aave, and make sure you have Docker open. Some minor adjustments that we have to do is I guess it was field selection or something like that. docs.envio.dev. Then field selection. No, not here. Hyperindex docs. Tutorials. Okay, if not this, then go to config.yaml. Yes, field selection and this. Go back to VS Code. And say raw events equal to true. Now we want to do pnpm dev. And it should index bunch of things that we want. After few events are emitted, after few events are indexed, we can check. Now go to Chrome, then open localhost 8080 The password should be testing, and if you see liquidation call is here, ignore this part. We can say that, then oh, okay. Stop this. I know we have already indexed everything, but right now we need to make changes to, will add hash string, then go to source event handler, and then say, oh, we need to do pnpm code gen. It should give us this part. Yes, let's try to run dev. Yeah, you can do this with testing. You don't actually have to run it every time, but on stream it's much easier to show you guys the data instead of writing the tests. But when you are doing actual development, please don't do this. Okay, we can go back to our explorer. Refresh this. Remember me. 10. Then we have hash collateral asset. Let's run it. We have the hash. Go to etherscan. Do we have liquidation? Yes, we do have liquidation call. Internal transactions, wrapped ether, MEV pot. Okay, we only know one thing, which is and a liquidation happened here. Can we check? Please open this part. Maybe you need to sign up. Okay, you can open it and sign up. I want to check tenderly. I want to check the event, sorry, price oracle, and where what price oracle is being called. I'm checking that with tenderly. It's simpler. Can we say get get asset? Okay, get asset price is being called. Asset is 0x, sorry, 0xc. Yeah, it's a collateral asset. Okay. Aave Oracle. Aave Oracle address is 54 something. Let's check. Okay, Aave Oracle. That's no. We were checking events, right? Yeah, 11 days ago. Sorry. Contract read. Can we put this in get asset price? Okay, what asset is that? I want to check. Wrapped ether. Okay. So no, wrapped ether is how many decimals? 18 or yes, 18 decimal. So right now they're saying this is the price. How how this price is being called? So let's logic. This is the logic, right? It passes the price oracle and then collateral asset price. Okay, we need to see the code for Aave oracle. That way we'll understand what's happening with price price data. Aave oracle, then get asset price, source, get latest answer will be chain link oracles, I guess. Source source asset aggregate interface. You see, chain link. Yes. Let me go back and get asset prices, get source of asset. Okay, asset address is this, query sources 54. Is this one of the chain link addresses? Chain link oracle address, price feed addresses. Now we want Ethereum mainnet. We want WETH. No. Okay, let's search for WETH. It's just ETH. Oh no. Let's. What was the data set? Data set is DAI. Okay. Yes. Where is the Oracle ad? Yeah. You see, contract name is same, and deployer will be different probably. Yes. But anyway, we know this is a chain link address, and I don't know how they're calculating the price data. Get, oh no, latest answer, current aggregator. Okay, tracking prices becoming difficult. Let me go to docs.envio.dev, and they have tutorial on doing with working with price data using Oracle. Okay, to locate ETH price using API 3 on Blast. Why they're using Blast? Like they could have add chain link here. Sorry, not Blast, API 3. The team could have add chain link here instead of API 3, but we'll create our own to see how to index price data in Chainlink Oracle. Okay, I know this is old answer, but ignore this. Those two contracts were same. They are not different. Emit. Let's see how many events it's emitting. Read, then get aggregator. No, events 57 minutes ago, and new transmission. Yeah, We probably we can do this. We just have to use have to index this aggregator, maybe dual aggregator. I don't read see the aggregator to be what's the aggregator address. Oh, it might be somewhat difficult. Not difficult, but I don't know how to index chainlink oracles for prices. That's why. Okay, ignore. Sorry. So I guess that's the stream for today. Um, I know it was not very structured. I'll try to make that this stream structure tomorrow. But we learned three things as we decided here. We went through Aave docs, understood the basic actions, and let's add done here. Understood the basic action users can take and liquidations. So tomorrow's stream will be about learning liquidation call event arcs. We know what basic definition of that is, but we still don't know what it actually does. Or yeah, so learning events arc in depth. Next is fetching price, no, indexing price with Chainlink. Simpler and will get us USD value for tokens quickly. So these two topics we'll tackle tomorrow, and then we'll on the third stream create simple UI to show the data with with pagination. Okay, cool. So these are the for next two streams we are gonna do these three things, and let's aim for that and knock this out. Okay. If you have enjoyed the stream, I don't think you have, but if you did by chance, give me a follow or don't. I don't know what to say if you say, nah, I'm not gonna follow you. But if you did, please give me a follow. If you did not like the stream, let me know what I can improve. But I already know what I can improve. I'm trying to do that. like talking like this, stuttering, and adding the filler words. That needs to be improved. And also the part about like structured streams. But again, if you wanted a structured thing, just do a YouTube video, not a stream. um, or at least that's what I think. Mm, okay. Other thing is, go on YouTube and subscribe to this channel, man. I want to get like millions of subscribers there. Probably not possible in this lifetime, but if you go there and subscribe, I'll be very happy. Not sure why, but I'll be, and maybe I can put that on my resume that I have a million subscribers. Anyway, so do these two things. Go follow me on Twitter and go subscribe to Decrypted Bytes on YouTube. Next is come back tomorrow, same time, and ask me questions. Okay, cool. Have a nice day, and we are going to end the stream. Let me zoom on this. Okay.